Today I want to speak about limiting access to you, especially when the insult has become too much. Alright? There is something people call see finish, where I come from. See finish is when somebody has seen everything about you, then they no longer have respect for you. They no longer have regard for you because you're no longer interested. They've seen everything about you. They've seen it all. And for some people, like myself, this is what social media has done. Especially if you were like me in the past, when you were always engaging with everyone. You were being very nice because you've never really understood this life and how funny human beings can be and how dubious some human beings can be, and you never really knew that people could create several accounts and come and ask you the same question 10 times just to see if they can dig out some sort of answer from you. You never really understood human nature, and you were so nice, so kind, always dishing out advice, always talking to everyone, saying hello to everyone, saying good morning to everyone, good night to everyone, thinking the world was such a beautiful place, which it is, until you encounter the terrible people that I encountered. And you were really a free spirit, and everyone had access to come and speak with you, until you realized you can't be open like that, because some people will take advantage of your openness. All right? The fact that you've not created any boundaries or barriers and said, you stay on your side, I stay on my side. I can talk to you when I want, but it's not every time that you can come and speak to me or I can come and speak to you. You've not created those boundaries, and you just let everybody come to you anytime that they please, in your inbox, on your post, wherever it is, and you're always there replying. And for some people, they'll start seeing or thinking that you all have a relationship. All right? The world is a weird place, because if you're communicating back and forth with people, they begin to grow some sort of interest towards you, which is unhealthy, irrespective of their gender. And where it becomes a bigger problem is when it is someone who's of the same gender with yourself, who hasn't really told you what their problem is, or who has some sort of interest in you, which is non-acceptable, which is not going to be acceptable by you. And for that reason, they are going to treat you with contempt. They're going to treat you in a terrible manner because they are hiding some sort of feelings towards you and they've not disclosed it. And they're hoping that you will understand. And the fact that you are not that way inclined, you've not been able to pick up, those signs or those flags. You've not been able to pick up those messages they're trying to send across. Okay? Then you're going to be hated. And this is what has happened to someone like me on social media. I wasn't picking up those signs. Because I wasn't picking them up, then I was being hated. Alright? Until I realized this person is trying to send a message towards me which I'm not able to understand. They're speaking a language that I don't understand. If I was that way inclined, I would have understood the language. And because they come from a society where such thing is hidden, 90% of the time, because society frowns upon it, it doesn't allow it to be public, then they're going to hate you because they're fighting an inward battle, an internal battle, and hoping that you will be that way inclined. And because you're not, then you become the enemy. And this has been a problem for people like me on social media, because we're not picking up those signs and we're not picking up those messages subliminally, if that's the right word. Subliminal messages. I have to check that word in the dictionary. Sublime. Okay, so we're not picking up those messages. This is how I've summed it. Because I don't understand why somebody will hate somebody for no reason. Alright? Hate somebody for no just reason. Somebody who's not their friend, who's never really been very close to them, and they just come on social media and start hating on the person. There must be a reason. It's not just jealousy. It's not just envy. There has to be a reason. And somebody like me, I picked up this reason towards the end of everything. And when I realized, this is what it is, I stopped allowing people access to me, because then I became very, oh my God, like, is this how human beings can be? Is this how people are? So I stopped having access, I stopped people having access to me. Because when it comes to being, somebody who wants to be intimate with you, you know what I mean, I don't want to say the word, who wants to be really intimate with you, some people don't know how to express it. All right? Maybe in the past they've been intimate with people who beat them up. So intimacy for them comes with violence. All right? They've been intimate with people who have shown them violence, which I'm not going to go into much details. But that's what they know. That violence, to them violence is like love. That's what they know. Bullying. They're intimate with people who bullied them. And that's what they express. They want to be intimate with you, so they have to bully you to be intimate with you, because that's how they've been intimate with people in the past. They were bullied, and then those people became intimate with them. And that's what they express. So I realized that human beings have gone through different experiences in life. And I can't control their experience. That's their experience. But I don't let those experiences come across to me. And that is why it's very important. I love to use myself as an example. That is why it's very important, if you're watching this video, to always have your boundary and limit access to you. Because when those people really understand how you are, or who you are, your kind of person, you don't let people know your kind of person 100%. Except they are very, very close to you, someone you're in a relationship with, or husband and wife, or members of your family. But people outside of that, you don't let them know you 100%. Know what you do, know where you go to, know what you eat, know what you drink. You don't let that information out like that. Okay? You don't. And I'm not going to go into details why you shouldn't, but you limit it. Those are private information, personal information. You limit that sort of access to you. Don't let people outside, even people who are very, you don't let people know you 100%, because then they're going to disrespect you, which is where this topic is centered on. I don't want to talk about the other part. You don't let people have that sort of information about you. So that was why when I had a situation where someone was saying all sorts of things about me on social media, I knew it was people around me who had access to me at one point, like 20 years ago. So the stories they were talking about me was old stories, 20 years ago, that seemed to be true, but they are not true, because I was in a particular environment, which I'm going to leave for another time. I'm not going to put it in here. So I realized those people were people who had old information about me, and this is what they were telling other people to come and write on social media. They had old information about me, because from a very long time ago, I've never really allowed people to have information about me 100%. No, because I don't want to be disrespected. Even the 50% they knew about me, I was being disrespected. And that's why I'm sharing this video with you all out there, that you can't let people have access to you 100%. It will lead to insults. It is called see finish where I come from. They've seen everything about you. You're no longer a mystery. You're no longer a mystery. I don't know how to pronounce that word. You're no longer a mystery. So they've seen everything about you. And where I come from, when people have seen everything about you, then you're no longer interested. They'll use you and mop the floor. If you have a good heart and they know you have a good heart, you can't hurt a fly, they'll mop the floor with you. They'll use you and put on the floor and mop the floor. Put your face in the mud and drag you. Your face will be all muddy. It is called see finish. They've seen you all. They know you can't hurt a fly, you can't speak up, you can't challenge them. They've seen everything about you. They've seen everything. So they will use you and just clean the wall, dust the cupboards, and tie wrapper. They'll tie you like cloth because they know you won't say anything. I have one who is trying to know me very well. She wants to know things about my relationship. She wants to know who I'm dating, who I'm not dating. She wants to be in my business. I can't be letting you have this sort of information. Why do you want to know everything about me? And when you don't tell them who you're dating and who you're not dating, then they go and tell people you're doing the same thing, you're doing something with your gender. Because that's what they would do if they were in your situation, single, no husband. They will be doing something with their gender, the same gender with them. So they think everybody's like them. And it's not like I'm judging anybody, but they'll be in their husband's house, even as I speak, and still be doing things with somebody who is of the same gender with them. It's like the one who is hiding and trying to use a man's face to come for me, and she doesn't want to tell people that that's what she's doing, but that's what she's doing. She uses a man's face. She uses a man's face to come and chat me up inbox, and then publicly she uses her real face and comes to disgrace me. So I don't even know which one is her real self. Because these are two different characters. If you like somebody so much, don't be disgracing the person now. If they like you, they shouldn't be disgracing you. If I like somebody, let me say a guy, I'm not saying I like my fellow woman like that. If I like a man that I want to do something with, I'm not going to disgrace the man and shame him in public. Even when it comes to friendship with my fellow female, people I do gossip with or I go to the salon with, if I like that person, I'll be hailing the person. Sister, you look very fine today. I like your hair. Where did you get your hair from? I like the cloth you're wearing. Now your skin looks really fine. I like your handbag. But this kind of people, you let them around you like that they don't like you. They will just be... anytime you come around, you look like they will raise their noses at you. Like, So I don't let those people around me. And I don't let them have access to me. Because I can't be... destroy this thing. I've broken my listing. I can't let them have that sort of access to me where they'll be analyzing me like that, and then they go behind to disgrace me, to shame me, because I've let them have access to me, to know one or two things about me, and then they use another this thing and shame me publicly. So it's very important to limit access to you if you're watching this video. And like right now, sorry I'm using myself as an example all the time, but that's because there's no one else to use. Before I go and use somebody now and they start coming to give me calamity, I limit access to me right now. And the reason is because I don't want to be disrespected. The moment you give them access to you, you let them around you, they will know a couple of things about you and they will disrespect you. Simple. Because of how they reason. Because of how they reason. You might want to accept them the way that they are, but they're not going to accept you the way that you are. Alright? They're not going to accept you the way that you are. And that's why they keep pushing. Their perception is completely different from yours. Still, they are pushing for friendship. And why they are pushing for friendship is because they want to know some things about you so they can disrespect you, or they can steal from you, or they can set you up, or they can use your head, mess with your mental ability, mess things up in your life, destroy things, destroy your marriage if you're in a marriage, destroy your relationship. Where you're eating from, if you have bread, they will know where the bakery is, where they are baking the bread. They will take your bread, they will take your bread, they will take the bakery. That is why they want to be close to you. They want to have access 100% to you. But you need to limit those access, because even though you have a good mind, everybody is not like you. They are all not like you. They have a reason for wanting to come close to you. And that is to cause destruction, because that is how they operate. That is who they are. They are destructive people, chaotic. They've not been able to go inward, look into their life, and try to fix things about themselves. So anytime they are around you, they are chaotic. And also, you don't know who they have access to, who is getting information from them. Alright, they might be your friend, but they're also somebody's friend. And the person might be getting your information from them. Oh, did you go to Becky? What was she wearing? How is her house? That's your enemy asking them. But because they don't have control, they might not be able to understand that, look, this person wants Becky's information from you because I'm Becky's friend. So your friend has a friend that they talk to. The way you're close to your friend, that your friend has somebody that is their friend. And that their friend has somebody that is their friend. And before you know, your story has reached your enemy. And that's how some enemies get to find out things about you. Okay? So, you need to limit access to some of your private information, if not all. Don't let them know what's going on in your life unless you want them to know. Then you can give the story to the one that loves to share news everywhere. Let them share it. Because they are the town crier. They announce stories. But don't let anybody know something about you, like your business, like your work, like how you live your life in your home. Keep some of those things private. It's not everything that you let them know. Because how it sits with you is not how it's going to sit with them. Your life might be good, but they might think it's not good. And they will analyze it based on their own reasoning, on their own perception, and they will pass a judgment. And that judgment, they won't keep it to themselves. They will tell everybody because they like to talk. They will tell everybody, all your common friends, that judgment about you based on how you're living your life, which is what they perceive to be your reality. And because they perceive it, doesn't mean it's your reality. It's their own perception. But they won't understand it that way. They will take their own perception to be your own reality. Okay? So limit access to you if you're watching my video, and it's not everything about you that you let them know. Alright? Because when they know so much about you, it leads to disrespect. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.